Hare Hare Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All you have to do is take to the sweet chanting Hare sings. Hare Bol, Hare Bol. Every day the sun will rise, and every day the sun will set. Hare Bol, Hare Bol. What's the value of your life if devotion you don't get? Hare Bol, Hare Bol. Take the name into your heart, take it with you when you part. Hare Bol, Hare Bol. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his.
Welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming, everybody.
OGEbeats.com.
Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, go Ranga. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Purchase more tracks today.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Purchase more
Hare,
tracks today.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Gauranga. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna All right, let's do a little japa here. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Oops. Hare Krishna. You can turn your mic on. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Need to be silent.
Yeah, do the best we can.
Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama, Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, there we go. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hari Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama,
Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Hari Hari Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hari Hari
Hare
Hari Rama
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari Hari Hari
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hari Hari Hari
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama Hari 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 Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Krishna Krishna,
Rama Rama Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Hari
Hare
Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hari Rama Rama Rama
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Hari
Hare Rama,
Hari Krishna Hare Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Krishna
Rama Hari Rama
Krishna,
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Hari
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Hari
Hare
Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama
Hare
Rama Rama Hari Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama,
Krishna Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hari Hari
Krishna Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Rama Hari Rama Rama Rama
Rama
Hari
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Hari Krishna Hari
Krishna.
Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari Hari
Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hari
Hare Rama.
Hari Rama Hari Rama Rama
Rama Rama,
Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Hare, Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Krishna
Rama Rama
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Hari Hari Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Rama Hari
Hare
Rama
Krishna.
Rama Rama Hari Hari
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama.
Hari Hari
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama.
Rama
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 Rama,
Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Hari Hari
Hare
Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Hare.
Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Krishna Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare.
Hari 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Rama.
Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama Rama
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hari
Hare.
Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama Rama
Rama.
Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama Rama
Rama
Rama
Rama, Hare
Hari
Hare.
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Krishna.
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Rama.
Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama Rama
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Hari Hari
Hare
Hari Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hari Hari
Krishna.
Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Hari
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare
Rama Rama,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Hari Rama
Krishna.
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna.
Hari
Krishna
Rama Hari
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare.
Rama Rama
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Krishna Hare
Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare
Rama.
Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare,
Rama
Rama
Rama Hari
Rama.
Hari Hari Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari Rama Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Rama Hari Hari Rama Hari Hari Krishna 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 Hari Rama Hari 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 Krishna 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 Rama Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Hari Rama Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari Rama Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari Rama Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari Rama Hari Hari Krishna Krishna Hari Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Hari Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Hari Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare.
Hare Rama
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita, Gadadhar, Srivas, Govinda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita, Gadadhar, Srivasadi, Gora Bhaktavinda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya,
Jaya
Sri
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya,
Prabhu
Sri
Nityananda
Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya,
Shri
Sri
Advaita
Krishna
Gadadhara
Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda,
Srivas
Nityananda, Nityananda,
Adhikura
Nityananda, 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna
Jaya Shri
Chaitanya,
Krishna Chaitanya
Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna
Prabhu
Chaitanya,
Nityananda
Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri
Advaita
Krishna
Gadadhara
Chaitanya, Sri Krishna 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 Chaitanya,
Jaya Shri
Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Gauranga, 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 Gauranga,
Jaya Jaya Shri
Gaur,
Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Gauranga,
Shri
Gauranga,
Advaita Gadadhara
Gauranga,
Srivas
Gauranga,
Adhikura
Gauranga,
Jaya Jaya Shri
Gauranga,
Krishna
Gauranga,
Chaitanya
Gauranga,
Prabhu
Gauranga,
Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivas Adhikura
Gauranga, 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya,
Guranga
Sri Krishna
Guranga
Chaitanya, Sri Krishna.
Krishna Chaitanya
Ah, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna.
Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna.
Hare 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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama.
Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare, Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama.
Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama, Hare
Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama.
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare.
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
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 Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna.
Nityananda, Gaura Chandra, Nityananda, 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gaura Chandra, Gaura Chandra, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gaur. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna
Sri
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Sri
Chaitanya.
Krishna Chaitanya, Sri
Sri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya, Sri
Chaitanya.
Krishna Chaitanya, Sri 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 Krishna Chaitanya, Sri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya.
Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna Krishna Hari Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hari Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hari Hari Hari
Krishna
Rama Hari
Krishna
Rama
Hare Hare Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama Hare
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama
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 Rama Hari
Hare
Hari Hari Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama Rama Hari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
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 Rama,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare.
Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama
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 Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Rama,
Rama
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 Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama Rama Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Rama.
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Hare Rama
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Rama Rama
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Rama
Krishna.
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Rama, Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna.
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Rama Hari
Hare
Rama 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 Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama.
Krishna Krishna Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare.
Hari Hari
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama
Krishna
Hari Hari Hari
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare
Hari
Rama,
Hari Hari
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari Rama Hari
Hare
Rama Rama Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama Rama, Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hari Rama Hari Rama Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare Krishna. All right, let's see. I'll just read some verses. This is chapter 1 on Spiritual Master Adi Lila. This is text number 13. Because he is non-different from Hari, the Supreme Lord, he is called Advaita. And because he propagates the cult of devotion, he is called Acharya. He is the Lord and the incarnation of the Lord's devotee. Therefore, I take shelter of him. That's how it is for everybody. All living beings. They're simultaneously the Lord and the Lord's devotee, unless they're the Lord. That manifestation. See, so that's why the Mayavadis are bewildered. They think they're the Lord or they're one with God. So the Lord Caitanya came to teach. Thank you. Simultaneous oneness and difference. Simultaneous one with God and being different. And that goes for the devotee, Advaitacharya, who is the manifestation of like Mahavishnu. And he came as simultaneously one with the Lord and as a devotee also. So the Supreme Personality of Godhead is Krishna. He's the original source of all incarnations. See, so, that's his position. That's why you see we're chanting. Whose name are we chanting? Krishna's name, right? God's name. Yeah. And that's why you can also chant the devotee's name too, because they're also simultaneously oneness and different. And sometimes the Lord likes to hear the devotee's name, actually. Yeah. And to remember his devotees, because that's what he does. What else has he got to do? What else really interests God other than his own associates, really? Yeah. So this is such an important connection for the whole universe, actually, not just this world, is to learn this science of devotional service. Because it's the only real truth in this world. Everything is bewilderment. Everything. And so these verses are so perfect. They're so choice because they explain the glories of who we are and our relationship with people called God. Yeah. Yeah. He is non-different from Hari, the Supreme Lord. He is called Advaita. And because he propagates the cult of devotion, he propagates it, but you can only propagate it by demonstration. That's why you see the higher level of bhakti was not propagated with Bhakti Siddhanta and Bhakti Vinod and Prabhupada. The higher level was left for us to propagate. Otherwise, what did they propagate? Vaidhi. They propagated ceremonial worship of Krishna, building temples, working for Krishna, doing Saddha Bhakti, in practice. Right? See? So Advaita, he didn't, well, actually, he did teach that also. He was like a Brahmin teacher, but he cultivated the cult of pure devotion, especially when the Lord said, okay, now give it to others, now teach this. Isn't it funny? We got the same order from Prabhupada that Lord Caitanya gave to Advaita and Nityananda. Okay, propagate pure devotional service. Give it even to the lowest people. Isn't that what we're doing? Aren't even the lowest persons like us getting it? Must be an empowered order, huh? Yeah. So called Acharya. See? So an Acharya, if people say, oh, you call Gaur-Hari an Acharya. That's not right. Oh, isn't it? Is that conclusive? Prabhupada said an Acharya is even more than a spiritual master. That's pretty big stuff, even more. See, an Acharya contributes a special contribution to the disciplic line. I would say this is pretty special. Propagating the cult of pure devotional service, giving it even to the lowest people, showing that there is real spiritual power here. Wouldn't you say? So, we got to be logical. Got to be clear about the whole thing. If I did what I just said, if there's not a special contribution being made by our sangha here, then there's no acharya here. But if there is, they call some of these gurus acharyas now. Are they? What is your special contribution? What was Narayan Maharaj's special contribution? Was it really special? Did he engage anybody, bringing them from the Vaidhi to the spiritual platform of spontaneous devotional service? I didn't see it. Okay? So, and that's why the Acharya is a special thing. Prabhupada was a special. He brought people from, the lowest persons and gave them a footing with Krishna, faith in Krishna. That's big. It's a big thing, man. Faith in Krishna. Even though they may not know Krishna very well, I think he's just a book of rules and ceremonies, yeah, and like Kamalakanta, just eating prasadam, eating the maha prasadam, food. That's that level. Still, that's faith. I mean, look, where he's coming from. He was just just a worldly person. Now he believes in Krishna. There are a lot of people like that. That's amazing, actually. So for those who are ready and realize, is there anything more? Like Lord Caitanya said to Ramananda, is there any, tell me something more, something deeper than Vaidhi. Tell me something deeper than Varnashram Dharma. Okay? And then they start to go into the deeper levels, and ultimately into spontaneous devotion. And then that condenses more into your personal relationship. It's not just the awakening of devotion. It's your awakening that, condenses as you progress into your particular relationship with the Lord. That's why people got to be careful here, in a sense. Like if you get this Bhakti Lata Bij, you got to be careful how to cultivate it. Like some people, they get something, they get it right away, maybe too fast, but they get it and they break it almost immediately. See, Bhakti Lata Bij, Lord Caitanya taught it could be broken by Guru Aparad and Vaishnava Aparad. See, you lose your affection for devotees because you want to be bigger, better, and more than them, more than Guru even. Okay? And when you do that, you break the Bhakti Lata Bij, and then you leave the association of devotees. Okay? So that's called Guru. People don't know this. Some Prabhupada disciples come here and then they're gone again because they don't understand this point. They get some bhakti, they're getting it, and then they break it by wanting to be better than Guru, bigger than Guru. So that happens a lot. Even here, you might see, like Lalita has a lot of bhakti, right? So, oh well, now she's the acharya. We should follow her. We should go with her, right? I hear. And some people think like that. How come she's not thinking like that? Yeah, she's not thinking like that. See, because Krishna protects her by showing her the right path and the right way. Yeah. Otherwise, you can be misled by this, these part. You think, okay, well now, she got more bhakti, we'll follow her, forget Gaurahari now. See that prostitute mentality. We don't need him now. See, some people have done that. They say, well, oh no, Johan's the real acharya now because he's got a lot of bhakti, But those persons saying that, they're gone. One person saying that. Yeah. So, yeah, I think I'll name names on this. This is so important, actually. So this guy who's dead now, what's his name? Arjai. He was a little bit like, he thought he was better than Guru. He was my instructor in another life. Caused a lot of problems, actually, here. And it was in the back, where I didn't really, I started to come to my awareness, but that's that sinister force coming in, because he has a little bhakti, and then he went to his head, and where he got it was they call shadow bhakti. You get it from the devotee, actually, the moonlight rays. They call that para attachment. But then you contaminate it, and you're not thinking right, and you use it, and you misuse it, and for like selfish gains and envious things and all of this stuff, and you pollute yourself and others who listen to you. Okay? So we got another one, Christina. Christina started to get some bhakti. You could tell, she was, she felt connection and everything, but then broke it. She thinks she's better than Guru. See, she's here to instruct me and all that. And my ex-wife was like that. She was here to instruct me now. So, but they're all gone. You noticed? And our bhakti, because we stay on the real path, progresses. You could go and analyze those persons. You'll see they're off. I wouldn't want to be where they are. Mahavira also, same. He was getting something that Mina is a little more hope for her, I think, because, but she also got into that a little bit. So, you got to be careful. And another thing you got to be careful of, like if you have any contact with those people, you got to be careful of associating with them. What do you think Krishna thinks when he gives you the path of pure devotional service and a person breaks their own bhakti, and becomes envious and jealous and competitive? See, that's under false ego. And then you go and associate with them. Do you think he likes that? Do you think he's going to give you a reward for that? You think he actually condones that? You probably don't know that because, you're not clear enough. But I'll tell you, because people can't seem to get that. People still do that here, I think. Yeah, what happens is you inherit the offense there and your bhakti is checked and you can't go deeper until you get free of that. So I'll help you along. If anybody is doing that, if you want to progress in your bhakti and have real bhakti, then you have to give that up. Give up the association of those who do Guru Aparat and Vaishnava. Otherwise, you're not going to progress. You're going to be slow. Yeah. Yeah. Also, some people come here and they don't listen. Their minds are wandering all over, writing stuff and all that. No, when you come here, if you want to make progress, the first thing to do is give up association with aparates, those who do gua, right there, right in front of your face, because that's by the book. The book says, you want to associate with people, break this bhakti lata bij is the most precious thing in the world, and to break it, you lost. You lost your footing. You're back in the cycle of birth and death. Doesn't matter if you cry or something. These people, they have some kind of symptoms sometimes, but they will dry up and they just become lost. They're lost. This is not the real path. We go by the book here, actually. By the book and by the living book. The living books are those who are on the path and making the progress. Yeah. So the idea is to stay on the path and make progress. Otherwise, you see, replying to, what's this? I don't mean to speak harshly of others' appearance, but sings of these devotees that left the Sangha look like they are literally dying, like morose skeletons. Well, yeah, I mean, this is bhakti is life. If I lost my taste for chanting, to me, that's my life. I'd lose everything. To me, that would lost everything. It is, yeah, and you'll lose your taste by offense, by not having the right mentality. That's why the Chaitanya Charitamrita was written, to keep us on track. Yeah. Because once you get off the track, it's like a train. On the track, it's running down nicely, right? You get off the track. See, Chaitanya Charitamrita is the track. And so we're on the track. And if you get off the track, then you're not moving anywhere, right? You're off track. You had a catastrophe, Ever see these things that derail? What happens to the thing? Everything is all over the place. Yeah. Yeah, so this is an important point. So these specific blind gurus you often speak of, can you or someone please provide a web page to allow everyone to see what they actually show or not show? I've heard you mention them so many times, but never saw them. Oh, provide. Okay, well, maybe sometime I can do that. Yeah, it's blindness has always been there. This is special. Just really, it's a special deal. Yeah, this is how they have special deals in the world on. Oh, it's a special deal today on this. Usually, it's more expensive. See? This is a special deal on the highest treasure, the best, greatest treasure in the world, pure devotion for God, for Krishna. We have a special deal on that here. Yeah. Where, that magnanimity and that munificence of Lord Caitanya is expressing itself here. Wasn't fully expressing in our disciplic line from Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada. Not fully. See? But it's more fully being expressed here, isn't it? It's common sense, This is like it was people ecstatically chanting here, like it was 550 years ago, more fully expressing. See? It's more fully expressing here than it was in Dwarka or Mathura. They were holding back too there. See? This is Vrindavan mood. Lord Chaitanya came to give the Vrindavan ras and mood and ecstasy. Well, that's here again, revived. He was held back. A matter of fact, when Krishna, this is in Brihad Bhagavatamrita, Krishna was thinking of, he was sitting on his throne. See, he was in Dwarka, he sits on a throne. See? He's not in the forest attire. He's sitting on the throne there. And Uddhava's there. But Uddhava knows he went to Vrindavan and met the gopis and saw their uncommon ecstasy and were in their worship, very deep. And then, so he's coming back, and so Krishna's there, and so somehow he start thinking of the residents of Vrindavan, and he's more kingly, and they're opulent, and he's thinking, Radha, all of a sudden he changes, tears pour in his eyes, start laughing and choking up, and all of this symptoms. And Uddhava goes, hey, the great kings are here. They're not used to seeing that mood. See, it's even in Dwarka, it's a liberated Dham. They don't understand what you're seeing here. Lalit, yesterday we had some fun. Lalit was laughing when we were singing, right? Loud, really loud. And one of the guy in the house here, he's a nice guy, but material, mundane, nice guy, and he was, what's going on? You see, people don't understand, So, luckily he was all right with it, but still they don't get it, man. It's like really like, I was talking to him, and, to him the highest goal in life is family. He says, yeah, I was working too much, and I realized that it's all about family. It's all about, the kids and all that stuff. And I stopped there. See, that's what it's, life is goal. Goal is family. See? So it's not surprising they don't understand this. But luckily, Krishna makes it work. The devotees are very unusual. This bhakti is very uncommon. This is a special gift here in Kali Yuga. See what else? 22 people. Oh, we got a lot of listeners. Yeah, so we need. It's good to use some actually examples. So thank you for your service. Maybe that'll help you get over your aparats for being part of the service, because it's good. Somebody's got to teach these things by example. Isn't that interesting? It's always by example. So somebody's got to fall on their face. So Krishna will rectify it. That's one thing I notice chanting deeply. The Lord is so auspicious. Contact with this that we have with the Lord is so auspicious for everybody. Everybody's going to be free ultimately. But, if you want to, this again, our thing is get people quickly. Who wants to go quickly? Do you want, if you listen here and you follow the instructions, which are, pretty simple and straightforward, you can get in quickly. Otherwise, it could take you a longer time. We have really good examples like Govinda here. Govinda, Lalita was saying, "Oh, this Govinda is so nice. That's to be such good qualities." Yeah, we were talking about you, Govinda. Yeah, we're very fortunate to have the kind of devotees here. Everybody coming is really, really fortunate. Whatever, that's why We do our best to keep everybody around. All right, next verse. See, I offer my obeisances with the Supreme Lord, Krishna, who is non-different from his features as a devotee, devotional incarnation, devotional manifestation, pure devotee, and devotional energy. Let's look for the word to kind of see how they break that down, or if they do. Wow, yeah, no purport on that. But I'm going to read the word for word. Panchatattva Atmakala, comprehending the 5 transcendental subject matters. See, that's why it's important to know these 5 confidential subject matter. How the associate of the Lord, say like the devotee or the spiritual master, is non-different from the Supreme Lord. Simultaneously different and non-different. See, the Lord is the reservoir of everything. Even the devotees are chanting, right? We're chanting Krishna's names. Ram, 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 if you're devotee of Ram. See? Because it's the Lord's nature to give that connection. It's our source of our strength. You're also chanting Ram, Ram's name. Or yeah, that too in the Hare Krishna mantra. Or Krishna, Krishna. See, everybody, we're all tapping into that source. We're actually meant to, but you can't do it until your spirit is awakened. That's why if you're just on the level of rules, the rules are keeping you going. The regulations, I got to do this, otherwise I'm going to hell, or something. See, that keeps you motivated. You got to have some motivation to keep going. See? So the rules for the Vaidhi level is keeps them going, the ceremonies. Yeah. But there's still motives in there because you want social life with people, and it's still material, mundane, it's not they call it materialistic Vaishnavism, materialistic devotees, not real devotion. See, this verse is about real devotees. They're simultaneously one and different from Krishna. Because, see, a real devotee is simultaneously one with Krishna's transcendental potency, the Sat Chit Ananda potency, the Father, Son, Holy Spirit potency. See, they're simultaneously connected with that. Now, because they're awakened and matured in it. See, so that's what this verse is talking about, those kinds of devotees. Otherwise, you got the fake outs, the fakes. Yes, I'm Gurudev. Are they simultaneously one and different? I mean, is it? I just ask an honest question: Is it Acharya Dev or Radhanath or any? Are you simultaneously one and different from the transcendental potency of God? Can we see that? Can you show us what that looks like? I haven't seen anybody that could show you what it looks like except here. See, Lalita can show you, Govinda can show you. See? And that's what it's all about, is by their word ignorance is destroyed. Yeah. What word are you hearing here? You're hearing the word of God, right? Why is it the word of God? Well, I'm telling you what's right in a book. You can read it. That's why the devotees, they repeat and they clarify and exemplify those words that are the absolute, eternal, unchanging truth. That transcendental potency lasts forever and ever and ever. See, most people are one, simultaneously one and different from the material potency. See, because of being in a body and too much identification with the false ID. See, so that's called a conditioned soul. You're conditioned. That's why people are weak. That's why people are slaves. You notice it's like a slave planet. And now becoming more and more so. The tyrants are in charge, and all these people thought, "Hey, how is it? We're free people and all." You had a privilege, but you've always been a slave because this is a slave world. You're a slave. Even the demigods are slaves. This is a slave universe, a universe of slaves. Limited by the modes that you identify yourself as. That's still not you. See, only this pure devotional service can awaken the real you. The real you has this ecstatic, loving relationship with the Lord. See, Bhagavad Gita 10:10. To those who worship, those who meditate on Krishna with loving ecstasy, I give them the real understanding, real knowledge. See, that's the only important knowledge in this world. That's the only important understanding is our relationship, who we are as spirit in relationship with the Supreme Spirit and actualizing that in this world. Because if that happens, then okay, you're free now. Wherever you go, that'll be your real body and identity because now you know who you are. This lasts forever. All this other stuff you identify with, I'm a rich man, I'm a poor man, I'm a middle-class person. These are all temporary identities. A soul can take any of those positions. And people get infatuated. See, you get a little opulence in this world and you get bewildered. Here, good example. I'm here in this rich place. My God, these houses are, multi-million-dollar houses here in this place. This house, unbelievable, man. I still can't believe it. There's more rooms. I still can't find the end to the rooms. There's stairway now. I went down this stairway and it goes to another room. I think a pool room or something. Where to play pool, the pool table down there or something. Which I'll probably go. I like pool. I used to play that. I used to be pretty good too. Yeah. And so anyway, I was hearing stories from the guy Ron, the master of the house, and he's a dedicated worker, man. He loves his work. He loves fixing the house, and that's good because this is a huge house. Always needs fixing, man. But he was telling me about the neighbors. He said, "Boy, these neighbors, they're so corrupted by their money. They just very bad attitudes, Just they're fighting all the time. They're suing each other. Can you imagine? They're spending all their time in courts, suing each other. They hate each other. This is the way they live in the same areas, Put fences with gates, no trespassing, Janaki has all the codes to all the fences, this section, they don't want anybody in there unless you live there, But that's the world, man. You get more and more corrupted. All because why? They don't know who they are. See, misidentification. It becomes more and more bodily, more and more, that you believe you're bodily identified, that you're a rich man and you're an important person, all that stuff. The only real, people don't know the only real important person in this world are devotees who have real bhakti. That's the most important connection you can make in this world. Better than 1,000,000 Trumps. You think, if I could meet this movie star or this important person. They're not important, my friends. That's illusion, making everything that's unimportant important. Especially now, Mother Bhumi, in the Bhagavatam says, I can bear any burden on this world other than the lie and lies. See? And the lies are taken over. And that's going to be shaken off because she cannot bear that burden. That's why she calls the Lord. The Lord has to come to rectify. Because when the liars take over and they're the deception and all that, that's why it's only for a time, and then the Lord has to rectify this. Otherwise, everything would It's like that movie Avatar. If you ever saw that movie Avatar, the everything because of these corrupted people that just wanted to rape the planet and all that, and make money and all that stuff. Finally, that manifestation of God actually had to do something and empowered somebody to rectify the situation. Yeah. Yeah. To restore balance. See, balance has to be restored. Yeah. Yeah. The modes of nature, they're always competing forces. But you can't ever have the mode of ignorance take over the whole universe. Could you imagine? The mode of passion and ignorance, and there's no more mode of goodness. That's what Hiranyakashipu was trying to do. Do you see how the balance had to be restored? How does it done? The Lord sends his devotees. And then the Lord comes. And he's coming here. This is part of his plan of restoration. Who knows this kind of knowledge? I mean, Bhagavatam does, but who knows it? Only those people who attentively hear it. That's why I attentively hear this stuff here. Like Tom, better to listen here and not write all these things. See, you don't need to write these things. I'm telling you what's in the book. You don't need to kind of just really listen. That's the secret here. If you listen, then you hear. That's what do you think, Lalita? You see, look at her. Do what she does. Do what Govinda does. Do what I do. I'm also very attentively hearing. You don't see me looking at a book. I look at the verse and then, yeah. Full absorption. That's the secret. If you don't hear properly, you won't understand properly. You won't get purified. You'll always be weak. I always need. I see a lot of weak people sometimes here. They're weak. Why are you weak? You're not getting. You're not fully taking advantage. See, because the more fully you'll take advantage, of hearing, you get God's strength. See, God understanding. What does God have? You think he's sweating any of this stuff? You get what he gets. See, simultaneously one and different. Yeah, he's not sweating this. He knows all about this, and he informs us, and we inform others. Yeah, what do you think Satsanga is? Get together and talk about Krishna and Krishna's truths, distinguish it from the illusion, chant in ecstasy, commune with Krishna, have a great picnic and time, eating this kind of prasadam. This is what people need to see, that how to eat this kind of prasadam. Otherwise, if you're always talking about, prasadam, maha prasadam, is let's go get the deity, the deity's plate over there and eat that prasadam. Come on, man. This is the real food. This is what Jesus, Vaishnavas don't even understand this stuff. Jesus said, I have food that you know not of. This is what you see here is the food that most Vaishnavas know not of. They look, what are you doing? What are you doing? Well, we're eating food. This is the food that you know not of, you Vaishnavas, you gurus even. If you did, you'd come here for this food because this is a very rare place of dispensing food like this. You see people eating and you're sitting down at the table, and when you're sitting down at the table waiting for your plate, that's part of the process. Hey, I want some of this food. Bhumi is the earth. Okay. Yeah, comprehend the transcendental subject matters unto Lord Krishna, Bhakta Rupa, in the form of a devotee. See? Krishna in the form of a devotee. So devotees, they worship Krishna in the form of devotees also. Oh yeah, so Krishna, he's simultaneously one and different. Isn't he? Like Krishnadas Kaviraj, simultaneously one and different. Okay? Krishnadas Kaviraj is a devotee. He speaks in terms of a devotee, right? But who wrote those books? Yeah, they were dictated, like Prabhupada said, dictated by Krishna. Krishnadas Kaviraj said the same thing. He said these books are almost like the Lord wrote it. It's always like that. Who's speaking here? Yeah. You think I could speak on my own or anybody? We need, we have to connect with the transcendental potency. See? And in that connection, that connection, the electricity flows in the form of the words and the ecstasy. See? Otherwise, without the connection, it's mundane. There's something blocking that connection. It's called religion, even, or worldly politics and stuff. Those persons are connected to the mundane potency. See? They're devotees. Everybody's a devotee here. In this whole universe, we're all devotees. But of what? People are devotees of the mode of ignorance. It could be predominantly that. You could be a drunk on the street, right? I'm really devoted to my alcohol. That's Krishna in that form. Very, very kind of, it's like Maya. She tricks you, right? Oh yeah, this alcohol is great. Man, I get a great buzz on it. And you keep drinking it. And then you get addicted. See, she faked you out. It looks good in the beginning and ends up being poison. See, mode of passion is this. Oh yeah, work. This is great, the work. I'm making all this money and everything. And then you're forced to act because you got the modes, that mode you're connecting with. See, so your consciousness is covered by that mode, predominant mode, passion. Cities are like that. They're always building, always doing. See, so everybody's a devotee, but what are you a devotee of? See, devotee of passion, goodness, ignorance. See? So what are we devotees of here? See, this is something new, something different for Vaishnavas. Oh yeah, we're devotees also. We're devotees of the transcendental potency. The Lord has given us the gift of Bhakti Lata Bij, and we cultivate that. We hear, we chant the names of Krishna and Lord Caitanya and their pastimes in great bliss and ecstasy. See, we're devoted to that, right? Don't we show it? Don't we prove it? Are not examples of that? We're devoted to it. We're devoted and we're not ashamed of the name now. Yeah, a lot of it. We just, hey man, this is everybody should be devoted to this because this is where the real shelter is. We're just giving the shelter that we have. This is a really worthy shelter. Man, this house, being under this house is so great. Yeah, isn't it? It's just happy in God, God's happiness, God's love, God's everything, God. And we know that God is Krishna. God is Krishna. He's our friend, our intimate friend. He comes, he sustains us, he gives us happiness, he gives us freedom, he gives us real knowledge. He shows us what he's doing in this world. He shows us what to stay away from. What to come toward, and basically it's come towards him, because that's our life. What are you going towards? That's the question. What are you going towards? What is attracting you in this world? Well, we're here to attract people who want to go towards the transcendental potency. Is that not clear? Pretty simple, huh? Yeah, you want to go to the trail. Don't we show you we're going to the transcendental potency? Yeah, it looks odd and different. Well, of course, because you rarely see it in this world. That's why Prabhupada held it back and Bhaktivinoda and Bhaktisiddhanta and only expressed it in their rooms. Well, now the Lord wants it expressed in the world to attract people, whoever wants to come and connect to the transcendental pose. He's wonderful. Don't you see it? Don't you see the chanting here? Yeah, there's intoxication there. Better to go to this and get intoxicated on the holy name than on alcohol, because that dumbs you down and this gives you more intelligence. See, the alcohol is the reflection of this. Because people want to buzz, they want to be buzzed. They want to alter their reality. It's a nature, but this is the perfect way. You become intoxicated on the holy name. See? And it's beautiful. It's wonderful. And you alter your reality. Yeah, it becomes altered in a beautiful way, in the perfect way, in God's way. You understand that God that nobody understands or knows. Yeah. Yeah, so in the form of a devotee. Yeah, I like that. In the form of a devotee. See that's what Jesus meant. When you see me, you see the Father. See? Simultaneously one and different. What does that mean? Well, you got Bhakti Lata bees, you've cultivated, it's a bit mature, right? When people look at you then, why are you crying? Why are you laughing? Oh, you may not know, but you saw God. That's God. He's non-different from that energy that's emanating from you, that ecstasy. That's his real nature, and he's showing it to you. See, non-different. Simultaneously one and different. Because that person will say, yeah, I'm a devotee of the Lord. I'm not the Lord. I'm the devotee of him. Okay? But it's the Lord expressing. It's like the flute and the breath behind it. And you combine those two, and it's a beautiful song in this world. That's a devotee. They're combined. That's why, and empowered to bring forth beautiful song. Maybe like even Bhagavad Gita's song of God, right? But it was spoken. Yeah, spoken truth. Hey, Amy, welcome. Let's see where we're at here. Okay, word for word. In the expansion of a devotee, in the form of a devotee, expansion of a devotee. It's interesting where they put it there. I'm not sure exactly what they mean. Bhakti avataram, in the incarnation of a devotee. Yeah, I mean, you got devotees in the spiritual world, right? The devotees in their spiritual form. The incarnation of a devotee is the devotees incarnate in this world. Can you tell? I mean, they got bodies, right? But can you tell an incarnation of a devotee? See, that's only when they express it somehow. See? Otherwise, how do you know who is an incarnation of a devotee? Their ecstasy has to incarnate in this world too. It has to be expressed. Otherwise, nobody knows what it is. Known as a devotee, Bhakta Akam, known as a devotee. Nayam, I offer my obeisances, Bhakta Saktikam, the energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who supplies energy to the devotee. I like that. You see, that's what I was talking about. The energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who supplies energy. We have to make this connection. You need to be awoke. You need to be woke. See that woke thing? Just because they're talking about that, like being woke and all that stuff, and you can see if you got some intelligence, how twisted that is. But that's sort of right to be woke. See, that's when you know that a big awakening is happening. See? Because the shadow is out and being promoted. See? So we're promoting wokeness too. All right. We got, hey man, this woke, you need to do this woke. And you come here, we'll wake you up, man. See, and you'll transcend all of that twisted ideas. All those, those, it's all like identifying with bodily stuff. I'm this race and that race and this gender and that gender, and that is all, that's so material, man. It's so gross, actually. See? So you come over here, you say, yeah, I have this gender. I'm a spirit soul. I have a relationship with the Lord, and as that deepens, you start to know. Yeah, I'm a gopi. I'm a gopi. That is my eternal identity. I'm a cowherd boy. I'm a deep friend, intimate friend of Krishna. Or the Lord is my beloved, or He's my friend. Doesn't matter wherever you are. Doesn't have to be. Vrindavan is representing that relationship. It's not a cultural thing. See, all these things, you got to see the metaphors behind it. You got to see, what does Vrindavan represent? It represents a very close, intimate relationship with God, doesn't it? See? Everybody's in the cultural thing. That's all the stories of they only see the histories and external, and they think it's about. Well, actually, no. It's the metaphors is the more important thing to understand. Is Vrindavan represents like the Garden of Eden, a very close relationship of inhabitants with the Lord, very close. See, very intimate. Where these devotees, they know that Lord. See, and the Lord recognizes them and associates very close to them. They welcome Him, see, and He welcomes them. Okay? We're here to teach that, because whoever welcomes people here in this Sangha are going to be, that's how you welcome the Lord, because He comes like this. He comes and you say, oh yeah, boy, that ecstasy, that way of worship looks really good. I'd also like to worship like that. So how do you do that? Well, you come into the association of devotees and you come there and you assimilate into it, into this party, into where it becomes your family. Okay? Isn't Vrindavan also represents family, doesn't it? But a spiritual family. Well, that's what it's here. This is a spiritual family, united by that supreme potency of the Lord's transcendental potency of Vrindavan, Krishna, Vrindavan. So whoever becomes part of this family is very fortunate. People don't know these things. Yeah. See, so Krishna is not different from his pure devotional energy. So in the word for word, the energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who supplies energy to the devotee. See, same electricity. What's the difference between electricity and electricity? What's the difference between the source of electricity, the power plant, and in the wire? What's the difference? Same electricity, it's just in some part of the wire, or the end of the wire where you get shocked. What's the difference? Same electricity, it flows all the way from the power plant. See, Krishna is the power plant, supplies the energy to the devotee. The devotee is the live wire in this world. They're here to shock you. They're like two ends of those, like those tasers, man. They go and they shock people awake. They put those two ends and boom, and shock them, man. With the truth is shock therapy, man. Get that jump start these dead batteries out there. Okay, next verse. Oh, wait a second here. Ah. Text 17. Sri Gopinath, who originated in the transcendental mellow, the rasa dance, stands on the shore of Amsivat and attracts the attention of the cowherd damsels with the sound of his celebrated flute. Yeah, so that's what he was doing there, right? Only attracted the gopis of Vrindavan, right? And the Lord thought, well, God, that's too bad for the world, huh? Yeah, so he stands on the shore of Navadvip and other places. Wherever a devotee goes, and it plays the flute, right? Plays the flute. What is that? Well, expressing the absolute truth, expressing devotional energy, relishing ecstatic worship, teaching transcendental knowledge, real knowledge distinguished from illusion. See, and the gopis come, right? Those who are attracted. Not everybody comes. Many are called, and the few are chosen. In the fields, one is called. Yeah, those who hear this, they're called. They come and, oh, wow, they like that sound. It's attractive. Why? Because it's transcendental. Not everybody. Most people like mundane sound, right? They like speculation in religion. Most people don't come from religion either. Some will come. But most people are attracted to the mundane level of speculation. And you have to give that up in order to progress. Yeah, I treasure just tasting these verses. It's all about that. Tasting the name. And everything comes from that. See, Bhakti Vedanta. Vedanta from Bhakti. Bhakti first, Vedanta after. It's like Vedanta is the fruit of Bhakti. See, that's the fruit. Is from real Bhakti. What blossoms is transcendental understanding. Where does it all come from? From this Bhakti devotion. That's why Bhakti comes. It's not Vedanta Bhakti. See, Bhakti Vedanta. Simultaneously, you get understanding. So, Govinda, give us a word here.
It's lovely to see you there, Guru Maharaj. I'm so happy to see you there with Janaki and Lalita and little Radhe. It's so sweet. It's so sweet when she said you can't stay in the motorhome and you'll have to sleep on the floor, and you just said okay. You're just so naturally humble and adaptable to any situation, and just your desire is just to share this, and we're benefiting. I'm so grateful. I'm so happy to see you together with the devotees. It's like being there, actually. It's like being there. And I'm happy you're being nicely looked after. Janaki's great cook and Alita's taking great care of you. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, see, that's an uncommon mood. He's not jealous or anything. And it's like being there. See, that's the key. You see, like being there is that's why, it's all purification here. If you're going through, well, what about me? I should be over there too. You see, that's the thing. You can't take advantage because this is a very important situation and thing happening, because that's the way the devotees are. Remember, I gave you the story yesterday about Lord Brahma. He said, yeah, the gopis and the residents are not very fortunate because they can associate with Krishna. They see him and hear him and talk to him and meet with him and all that. But he wasn't thinking, well, what about me? He was saying, but we are also fortunate because we can hear their senses, their realizations that come to us are like cups, and we can drink this nectar from. See? So that's why this it's uncommon here. That's why you will get over. You stick it out here, you will get over. You'll get purified of that and become a real devotee and act like that. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, once you're over the opposite, then all kinds of amazing things will happen. But you got to get purified. These things. Amy says, and bhakti means love too. Devotion, love. So from love comes understanding. Esoteric truth is the result of transcendental love. Yeah. Yeah, and not just love. It's love for its object, love for God, love for Krishna. Okay? Otherwise there's some kind of new ageiness to that. It's love on its own. They just love. It's all about love. I see a lot of new age people like that. It's all about love. It's all about love. They got no love, really. But they just words. Love. It's all about love. And they got all these other things going on in their heart. Just sounds good. And people believe it because they're superficial, generally. That's why you need to go deep. You want to go deep, come here, man. I mean, you want a deep understanding of everything? This is we do deep here. You're deep. We'll find the essence of everything. Look what the explanations of Vrindavan. Who ever thought about those things? You can't think about it unless you have very deep, ecstatic relationship with the Lord, where He informs you the depth of what's going on, and the metaphors and the esoteric nature of all His pastimes. There's no other way to ascertain this except by closeness with Krishna or God. And if you have that closeness, you will have ecstatic symptoms because the Lord is ecstatic. And if you get close to the Lord, that'll shine on the mirror of your being. Because that's what we do. We're just reflections of what we identify with. See, like the sun and the moon, right? The moon is glowing because of the sun. It's contact with the sun. Okay? But if you're a moon in this world and you're in contact with the material energy, well, that's your glow, man. It's material of some level. So you want that glow? No, I like this glow. I want to glow like this. This glow is so bright that people are like, what are you doing? What is this all about? Well, it's our preaching. We got to get the attention. Maya's always getting the attention of everybody else. It's our turn now, right? See, and may they all confer upon us their benediction. That's a beautiful verse, man. When you take it all together, see the Lord's standing on the bank of the Vamsivat playing his celebrated flute, attracting the gopis. May they confer their big benediction upon us. Well, that's how it's, that's how it's conferred, man. You have to see a devotee attracted to Krishna, and listening to a celebrated flute it's like chanting these verses, chanting the name, chanting his pastimes. See, that confers the benediction. See, it confers it, conveys that benediction. It's a conveyance. There's no other way to get this. It's just to be in association of those who are in this transcendental relationship. Nita, I remember meeting you in person and just thinking, wow, this person actually has like this brightness. Your head has a glow in the person, like a lamp. That's how I saw you. Yeah, I went to visit him and his friends. And I mean, we were sitting in the motorhome, I remember. Yeah. Was Janaki there? I think she was, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we went to visit them. Yeah. So give us a word, Lalita.
Okay. I saw that verse here. But now it's gone. Oh, glories to Radha and Madana Mohana. Where is it? And you really represent them. You really represent Shrimati Radharani and Krishna, and we are nothing at all without you. We really, we only get their benediction by going into relationship with you. And everybody should really, really understand that we are the servants. We don't have just rights. We don't have to be demanding. I was so touched by Govinda's call. We're so happy to see the devotees with you, to see that. I was so moved by his mood. That's so beautiful. We are all servants, and Krishna arranges in what way we should serve, exactly, perfectly adjusted on every person. I experienced that so many times, and it's so granted to us from the Lord that all of us will be capable to worship Him in a secluded place, to worship Srimati Radharani, and to worship Krishna. But we all have to grow inside of that mood, inside of that deep relationship, by accepting what Krishna arranges, because all that fighting and has no use. It has no use. You lose your energy, actually. It's such a fun. If you can surrender a little bit, really, everything is so perfect. Everything is so perfect. Yeah, but we need your association and from nobody else. It is by looking at you, by listening to you, not by being the guru next to you and having the mood of I am a colleague and I will work and next to him and I follow my own agenda. No. It's about being submissive and, for God's sake, develop some attraction, develop some love for Guru, because that's the key. That's the key of everything. That's what Krishna wants. That's how you please him. That's when you get the benediction of the Lord. When you get the benediction of the one you associate to the one you are submissive to. That's to Srila Gaurari does. That's the secret. That's the secret of becoming a real devotee. We don't hear you. We don't hear you.
Yeah. Yeah, this Guru Tattva is we're fortunate to get it clear because like Jesus said this statement, I'm the door and I'll always be the door for his disciples. He's the door for those in the line. I'll always be the door. And so that was especially meant for those disciples of his that were there. And if anybody thought, well, I got the benediction now. We don't need Jesus. We got the Holy Spirit. See, they would. That's the aparad. You would lose affection, and then you lose the real path. It's the same thing with Guru. if you find a real empowered guru where you get bhakti awakened, what's the difference? You have your bhakti awakened here, and those who get it awakened because of their association with the associates of Jesus. What's the difference? You know, it's the same kind of awakening. It's the same kind of, it didn't happen with, you guys have had contact with Jesus, but you don't have got this. You got it here. See? So that's the door. The guru is always going to be the door for you. The Lord appreciates that. You feel it, you got it. That's why you need to mature in your understanding to that point. And that's why you got already examples like Govinda and Lalita. See, they matured to that stage, and that the lie can't attack them. See, the lie is the inconclusive speculation, the ignorance of, oh yeah, now I got bhakti, now I'm just as good or better, and all of that stuff. See, and then you break the bhakti creeper. Yeah, the Lord has set it up, and yeah. So anyway, that's everything is here for people who want to get into the kingdom of God. You have beautiful examples. I mean, it's unbelievable, man. It's like the Lord has made it so nice path. You just got to go through your stuff. The conditioning, get unconditioned and reconditioned. Yeah. Okay, let's see what else we got here. I was laying in bed for hours today. I went through 3 T-shirts, sweating it all out. So I'm feeling better now. But still a little bit weak. But I'm amazing. We're already here, like almost 2 hours. That's amazing. I'm surprised. In the beginning of the narration, simply by remembering the spiritual master, the devotees of the Lord, and the personality of Godhead, I have invoked their benediction. So you see, if you have a real spiritual master and you've been awakened, it's not something you give up. This is an eternal principle, and that's why it's good to have examples like Lalita and Govinda and others who remember their guru, and they show you, even though they have ecstasy and stuff like that, that they still get great ecstasy from that. See, because it's an eternal principle. See, now they're harmonizing with the truth. They become the living book and examples. That's why we need the examples. Otherwise, it's just in the book. You don't really understand it till you see actual living examples of these concepts in the book. What do you think they call this devotee Bhagavat? What is a devotee Bhagavat? Just a bunch of words? No, they're a devotee Bhagavat. They are the book in person. The person book. The Lord, that means the Lord is living inside them, giving them the right understanding. Lalita and Govinda wouldn't have this understanding that they have unless the Lord was deeply with them and manifesting inside them and giving them this Vedanta, this understanding, right? It's the way it works. The Lord is so close to them that he gives them the right understanding. See, remember Bhagavad Gita 10:10, to those who worship Krishna with loving ecstasy, I give them the understanding how to come back to me. Well, that's what they're expressing. So everybody, you start when you come to this point, you'll understand all this, and you'll also be examples, not other examples like the losing the path, breaking the bhakti. Guru aparad, Vaishnava aparad. That's why be careful associating with people that are in that guru. That you lose your life, man. Why do you want to lose your life? This is real life. You want to progress to where your bhakti is deep. And then when it's deep, you know what happens? You won't be a wimp, man. You won't be merging with everything. Oh, I don't know. I'm weak. Oh, I need this person. I need to go here. I need, weak. Yeah, you be strong because you're connected to you're meant to be a king with a sword, and power, energy, life, truth, ecstatically happy. See, so yeah, so don't piss that away. Hold it. See, that you got to hold. Such remembrance destroys all difficulty and it easily enables one to fulfill his own desires. Spiritual master removes obstacles. See, by remembering, all the obstacles are removed. How do you know? Oh, ecstatic love awakens. There you go. No, where's the obstacle? It's a popsicle now. I've caught your jet lag. Went to bed 2 a.m., still awake at 6:30. So gotta put on the coffee. My days and nights turned back around. Oh, yeah. Oh, look, I like this one. Verse 32. Lord Krishna enjoys by manifesting himself as the spiritual masters. Oh, isn't that good? I like that. See, Lord, this is the deeper your chanting gets, the more you realize that Lord Krishna enjoys. He's manifest. He says, this is my devotee. He belongs to me. See? And he's enjoying. See, that's the Vrindavan. When you pop into the Vrindavan consciousness, it's like that. The enjoyment of Krishna is the enjoyment of the residents. See? So in other words, the way it shows up is you as a devotee get to partake of that same enjoyment. But it's Krishna's enjoyment. He's actually enjoying as you and through you. He's enjoying as the spiritual master. See? So that's how you see the enjoyment of Krishna, is you see it on the person of the guru. Or a devotee. Krishna's showing you through Govinda and Lalita how he's enjoying as a devotee. It's him enjoying, and the devotee gets to partake of that sacrifice of giving Krishna enjoyment. And see, you guys have welcomed the Lord. You welcome Guru, right? You welcome these concepts. Therefore, the Lord gives you his enjoyment as the reward. See? And then that's what you teach the world, to do the same thing. You want God's enjoyment? You want to be like Govinda and Lalita and others? Yeah, well, just hang out with them, do some service to the devotees. Here, listen to them, make friends with the devotees. These will be your lifetime friends forever, actually. Not only in this life, but in all lives. The friendships you bind here are forever. This is not temporary stuff. If you're not awakened, all your friendships in the world and families and all is gone. And then when you come back, it's just a whole nother family and it's mundane. They're all, different souls and all that. See? But even here, when you are awakened and you're deeply in your relationship with the Lord, even if you come back here, like the devotees come back, they didn't know exactly who they were, but they wanted to be with each other, just naturally, because they're not really in Maya. They didn't know who they were. They just felt like we're just attracted to each other. They would get together and talk about Krishna. And so few people, even in Navadvip, wanted to talk about Krishna. I mean, without speculation, of course. Yeah, so they gravitated together because they were ecstatic devotees. They like that ecstasy. They like those truths that come from that ecstasy. Okay? That's kind of what we're doing now already. People coming, they feel it. They feel, I felt that when I first got Chaitanya Charitamrita. Oh, I like these people. I'd like to be with this. Where are they? These Chaitanya people, Chaitanya Leela. Okay? So that's how it is here. People feel many are called and a few start feeling. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, I think okay. So let's take. I have to take a break here now. That's probably good enough. All right, my friends. Thank you very much, and yeah, I'll go relax a little bit. Hare Krishna, everybody. Thank you. Hare